Hello and welcome to episode 11 of the Pentagon Challenge on FM24. I'm Jamie, and coming up on today's episode we're going to be trying to build a squad to take on the Champions League and try and complete Africa. So let's get straight into it, and the squad we have now is coming up in just a moment. Okay, here is the squad as it stands today, with 13 days to go until the contracts that are expiring this year actually run out. And I have highlighted all the players who are out of contract, and as you can see, it's more than half the squad. So we're going to have quite a lot of work to do today. So the first thing I'm going to do is offer contracts to the players I want to keep from this cohort that are expiring. So I'll go and do that, and I'll be back in a moment to let you know how many of them will be staying with us. Okay, it's now the 30th of June, and I have made offers to all of the players I wanted to keep hold of. So let's run through the ones who have accepted my offer and the ones who have declined and will be leaving. So we start with Innocent Mayela, who has signed on for a new 2-year contract. Malusi Buthelezi, our backup goalkeeper, has signed on for another year. Tapilo Joki has signed on for a new 2-year contract. Evidence Magopa has signed a 2-year deal. Vincent Poole has signed on for another 2 years. Monopule Saleng, our winger, has signed on a new 2-year deal. And Shegafatso Mabasa, our attacking midfielder, has signed on for 2 more years. And moving on to more offers. Fortune Makaringa, 31-year-old midfielder, is signed on for another 2 years. Tabang Manare, our 34-year-old midfielder, has agreed a 1-year deal. Likewise, Cabello Dlamini, our 28-year-old winger, is now under contract for 1 more year. And a couple of departures. So Tyron Damons, our goalkeeping coach, and Tabiso Labitso, our fullback from the reserves, is leaving. Mthethwa, our centre-back from the reserves, is out of contract, and I don't think he's going to improve, so I'm going to let him go. Bongani Sam, we offered a new deal to. Yet to hear from, but we've offered him a deal. Sifo Chain is leaving. Shabeni's loan is over, and he will be leaving the club as his contract's up. Likewise, Quinyana. Sifelo Bologna is also going to be leaving us. Mafokeng, again, is going to be leaving. Ayanda Bafela is another one leaving. And there's the confirmation. Sasane is another one who will be leaving. Likewise, Medisha. Maswanganye, I don't think is going to reach that 3-star ability, so I am going to let him leave. Quinyane loan finishes and he will be leaving. Jaka, his contract is up, not going to reach the grade, so he will be leaving. Duplessis' loan is over, and I will be thinking about him. In fact, I am going to let him leave. And Lozi is not good enough. He will be allowed to leave. So confirmation that 20 players have left. So Dion Hotto, Kermit Erasmus, Miguel Tim, Bongani Kanyili, Paseka Mako, Nelson Ralicano, Katlego Sotsetsi, Lungila Makambi, Sayabonga Buddha, Ungatlelo Matupa, Lelanolo Sapang, Kosinathe Temba, Katlego Quinyane, Lucky Mashali, Undamiso Ngiba, Cassius Spandil, Shun Moremi, Chibo Nkunu, Yanga Madiba and Kagwadi Malepo have all left the club after their contracts have expired. Although Miguel Tim, I have actually offered a contract to, because I would like to try and keep him around if I can for another year. So hopefully he will sign a new deal. And once again, we've got a shed load of contracts expiring next season as well. And likewise, a load of staff contracts, which I will let my assistant deal with. So I'll be back in a moment to show you the squad as it stands on the 1st of July. And let's let the rebuild begin. Okay, here is the squad as it stands today. 2 goalkeepers, Richard Afori and Malusi Buthelezi, both 3 stars of current ability. Buthelezi has marginally more potential, so I might start increasing his playing time at the expense of Richard Afori and maybe split them 50-50 this season. As you will see, we've got no right backs at the club currently, so that is an area we need to look at. We've got 4 centre backs, Butuil, Joki, Sabisi and Ndar, who is going to sign a contract if his work permit is agreed, so we're waiting to hear back on that one. On to left back, we've got 3 there, Innocent Maela, Bongani Sam, who once again is another player who we're talking to at the moment, and Terence Mashago. Bandile Shandu is listed as a right-sided midfielder. He can also play right back, so we may only need to bring 1 right back in, but we may look to bring 2 in and try and retrain him as a right winger in his own right, so that he can play the attacking right-sided role. Moving on to central midfield, so we're without any defensive midfielders at the moment, so that's another area we'll look at. But in central midfield, Manare, Makaringa, Maseli, Kapinga, and then in attacking midfield, Poole and Londelo. So I think we're well stocked in there, and I will check through whether any of those could potentially fill a defensive midfield role. You will notice there are no right wingers in their own right, as I've already alluded to. Bandile Shandu is an option we might look to train to do that, but we will definitely need to bring in at least 1 right winger, and potentially 2. Moving on to the left wing, we are well stocked there. We've got Lamini, Otladisa and Saleng, all of whom can only play the left wing role. And then up front we've got Mabasa, who's agreed to stay on, Monyane, Lapasa, promoted from the youth team, Baltimelu Radiapane, and finally Evidence Magopa. So we are well stocked up front, so won't be looking to bring any strikers into the club. So I will now go and try and make those signings, and I'll be back to show you the first batch in just a moment. Okay, it's now the 12th of July, and we have made our first signing of the close season. As you can see, Kaliso Mudau, joins for £175,000 from Mamelodi Sundowns. And let's take a look at him. So he is a right back and right wing back, 29 years old, but 3.5 stars of ability, 3.5 stars of potential, and a very, very good acquisition, South African international. So delighted to get him in, and I'll be back in a moment with the next lot of signings. Okay, it's now the 16th of July, and as you can see, yesterday we completed another signing, once again raiding Mamelodi Sundowns, for Junior Mendieta for £130,000. He's a right winger and is 3.5 stars of current ability, 3.5 stars of potential. He is 31, but we're looking to win the Champions League this season and move on. So signing a player of that quality, bit of a no-brainer. Delighted to get him in, and I'll be back in a moment to show you the final signings of the pre-season. Okay, it is now the 3rd of August. The season starts today, so time for the final transfer update. And we've managed to get one more signing in. We've spent 1.4 million on Lewis Mikison from Simba. So let's take a look at him. And as you can see, he's a right winger, 3.5 stars of ability. And he's 29 years old, so only the same potential. But nonetheless, a quality player. Delighted to get him in, and he's going to be a very important part of the squad this season. So I'll be back in a moment to show you the squad that we'll be taking into the new season. Okay, here is the squad then, and as you can see, 2 goalkeepers. Nothing really to choose between them at the moment, but Buthelezi has more potential, so I will favour him slightly. Moving on to right back, we've only got one at the moment, which is Kaliso Mudau, one of our new signings. And we do have another one in the pipeline, waiting for a work permit, and it won't be agreed till the end of the month. So I'll show you him on a future episode, assuming we actually get the work permit through. Moving on to centre-backs, we've got Butuil, Joki, Sabisi and Dar at centre-back, so 4 of those, and that's fine. Left-backs, we've got 3, Maela, Bongani Sam and Mashego. Bongani Sam's actually declined very slightly. He was 3 stars when I offered him a contract. He's dipped down to 2.5 stars, so I may look to move him on, but we will see. Bandile Shandu is listed as a right midfielder, but can also play at right back. So we may indeed end up with 3 players who are able to play right back, or I may look to move Shandu on at some point. We'll find out. Moving on to midfield, Manare, Makaringa, Maseli and Kapinga are all central midfielders, and Vincent Poole and Londilo are attacking midfielders. The midfielders can all play defensive midfield, so not looking to bring in anybody else in that position. On the right wing, we've got new signing Lewis Mikison, who you've just seen, and the other new signing, Junior Mendieta. Moving on to the left wing, Lamini, Otladisa and Saleng will fight it out, although Lamini actually is now the weakest option there, so if anybody moves on it will be him. And then up front we are really well stocked now. We've got Mabasa, we've got Monyane, we've got Lapasa, Radiapane and Evidence Magopa, so we're absolutely fine up front. So with the squad rounded up, I'll be back in a moment to show you the results from pre-season and the predicted table for the season to come. Okay, time to round up the pre-season results. And as you can see, we started with 2 friendlies at the early part of July, we beat TS Sporting 5-0 away from home, and PE Stars also 5-0 away from home. And then moving into the current season's schedule, we finished off with a 3-0 home win over Bidvest Vits. So with the pre-season results done, let's have a look at the predicted table for the season to come. And as you can see, we are only predicted to finish second to Mamelodi Sundowns. So work to do if we're going to retain the DSTV Premiership title. And I'll be back in a moment to let you know what's coming up on the next episode. Okay, well, given that our focus this season is on winning the Champions League and completing the challenge, I am going to play the first 3 games of the season off camera, bring you back for both legs of our Champions League preliminary round tie against AS Douanes. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.